What's going on, YouTube? We're No Level Cap, and this week we're looking at our predictions for Summer Game Fest 2025.
Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the No Level Cap podcast with all your friendly neighborhood black nerds, where we cover all the anime, all the gaming, all the nerd culture, absolutely zero of the BS. Back with a new episode every Monday morning. I am your host, Sage Ashford. These are my co-hosts, Rakeem Beck, Devin Butts, Terrence Flowers, and like Terrence said, this week we are making our Summer Game Fest 2025 predictions. Last year was interesting, like so much like Jeff actually downplayed the show. And I think it's safe to say that that was the right choice. This year, it's been a lot quieter. No big leaks just yet. I kind of hope that things stay quiet. Like it's so close to things that at this point, I would rather just not know what's going to be at the show. But I doubt it's going to turn out that way. I bet over the next week, we get a ton of leaks. We'll see. There are a lot of big shows coming up, too. We'll be reacting to quite a few of them. We'll definitely have our reactions up after the show. Not live, but after the show for Summer Game Fest Live on June 6th. We'll cover the Future Game Show on June 7th. We will try to cover Xbox Game Showcase 2025, and we'll see if Sony does still seem to have planned. It's rumored now that there's a Sony State of Play. We'll try to cover that, and we'll try to cover Nintendo Direct. So tune in. Make sure you tune in. It'll be a lot of different podcasts that will be coming over the next 2 weeks, so something to look forward to. Anyway, before we get into our predictions for 2025, I kind of want to do a bit of a level setting by showing y'all everything that was revealed at Summer Game Fest 2024. I've looked at this video before. It is, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to play it, and we're going to get into it, and y'all will see what I'm talking about when I say it. Yeah, Jeff was right not to hype everybody up. Volume good for everybody?
Yeah, it's good for me.
Good.
How about you guys?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do remember that Hogwarts game.
Quidditch game.
This shit failed.
That came out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it came out. All the Power Rangers beat 'em up came out in December.
Yep.
Well, beat 'em up just came back and just like we here. We here. Talk about speaking of failure.
Yeah, Reader's Rewind, yeah.
Man.
Hey, Terrence, how you feel about this?
I'm disappointed that it turned out the way that it did review-wise, but I don't know how it did sales-wise. I don't think Sony really talked about it like that.
They definitely didn't.
Sony don't like talking about failure anyway.
That's true.
I don't know if it was a failure. I don't know if, I mean, usually those Lego games, I mean, just off the strength of Lego alone are usually fine, so.
That's a good point.
I imagine it was just okay, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, that came out.
Yep. Oh, that climbing game. I remember this. Had the really specific climbing physics.
Did that come out?
I don't know.
This is in early access right now. It had a very rough early access launch, by the way.
Oh, this is on that
Mecha Break.
Mecha Break.
Hyper Light Breaker.
Oh, I'm still ready to play that, bro. Oh, this is First Ascended.
Yes.
Or my trip.
Yes.
Man, that was a flash. That was a flash in the pan. It was like hot for like 2 months, and nobody plays it anymore.
It was free, so people tried it, and then after they tried it, they was like, all right, I've seen everything.
I got so bored with that game.
I didn't even try it. I meant to.
It was alright. What is this?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to know what this music is.
Okay. Oh, with Delta Force. I forgot about Delta Force.
The chanting and everything.
That chanting is wearing me out.
Delta Force was actually a pretty popular shooter.
It was.
Oh, this game also
Intoria?
did well. Yeah.
I think Max wound up liking this one, right?
Not true.
Oh,
I
this
mean,
is
Max like
the French,
Souls-like games in general.
Souls-like,
I remember
right?
him played it a bit, but
Yeah.
he was like, it's kind of my same
Monster-
sentiments. It's a
Monster
little
Hunter
rough.
is Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Although
This wound
I've
up being a
heard-
disappointment.
Yeah, I
Really?
heard people weren't as high on this. I mean, not sales-wise. Jesus Christ, they made all the money. But for the fans, there was a lot of like optimization issues,
Oh yeah.
and people did not. And were having some issues like playing it in general.
On top of that, I heard like it just didn't hit the same as Monster Hunter Worlds
Yeah.
Worlds did.
Yeah.
So
I do remember. I do
Valorant
know
on
people talked a
PlayStation.
lot about the
Strange.
customization being really good in the game.
Yep. I don't know what this is.
Alan Wake DLC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was like the big crossover of all the IPs, right? Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I don't remember this. Now this one I really don't remember.
I think they had like a horror section. I think this
Oh,
is
okay.
it. Yeah. They just showed a shit ton of horror games all at once.
It felt like
I would say
everyone
my
does
video
that now.
must be behind because sounds like you all are like maybe like 2 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do remember. Yeah, these are the games that were these were the Blumhouse games, right?
Yes, that's what this is. I knew I was
Yeah.
like, somebody came out and just said, we're doing a bunch of horror games at once.
This is what. I'm like, wow, the zombies look like skinheads.
Oh no.
Skinhead Simulator.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, they all look identical. Like, what's going on?
Oh, it's a sequel too.
To my knowledge, none of these games are out.
No More Room in Hell 2. Interesting.
Oh, that's Slitterhead right there, so that's out.
Oh yeah, that came out. Which that game ended up kind of being what we thought it'd be in
Yeah.
terms of not that great. It's just every time they showed it, it looked interesting, but gameplay wise, it didn't seem like it had as much going on as you would probably want it to.
Batman VR.
Yeah. This came out too.
Yep.
Now this
Very
did
good
do well.
reviews.
Which I mean, if I'm gonna be VR, let me be Batman. I ain't mad at that. That makes perfect sense to me. Star Wars and Batman make sense with VR.
Good point.
Speaking of Star Wars, hopefully the DLCs are good.
I mean, it's
They did. They did make
they've
several
done the
updates as well.
the usual Ubisoft thing of making a ton of updates that they probably should have just did before the game came out.
Yeah.
Black Myth. Let me ask you all something.
Man, the myth.
What do you think
the
of
legend.
the game that's kind of looking like it's supposed to be the Black Myth of this year, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers? What do you all think of that one?
I don't have a strong opinion on Wu Chang.
I've heard that it's just
Darker and Darker.
okay,
Yeah.
so that's all I got for you.
The game I was looking forward to was Phantom Blade Zero. That's the game. That's the one I want to play.
Yeah, if that comes out this year.
Yeah.
Wu-Chang
Don't know. at this
has
point.
me interested. I have to look
Dune
at some more.
Awakening.
I've seen gameplay, but
So this is out in beta now, right? Or early access?
I think so.
People are playing it. I'm hearing like some people really like it. Some people like but kind of leaning positive.
I can see that.
Yeah. It's about? No,
Nah. What is this?
like an MMO. Is it that
Yeah.
Amazon MMO? Remember, New World got like a reboot at one point. Unless it's like Ash's Creation. I was
Yeah.
right. It was New World. Yeah. They had a reboot. They like rebooted the whole game. This game was fun. I enjoyed playing it. I didn't finish it, but I enjoyed what I played. It actually had good multiplayer too, good co-op. Solid all the way around.
Too late.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm trying to
this one.
play.
Yeah, this
That's the one I want to play. Give me that Phantom Blade, boy.
Seems like we'd see this again this year.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yep.
talk about it. It's just like it's everything I remember from like growing up with watching Chinese martial arts flicks with my dad, and that's why I really want to play this.
Oh, this is Kinitsugami,
Kinitsugami.
right?
So Kinitsugami,
Which, by the way,
man, I feel like,
Sage, your mic is.
Man, it feel like Kinitsugami came out way farther away than last year.
Man, doesn't it though?
Yeah, it came out that summer of last year, and that was kind of it. From what Capcom said, go ahead.
I was like, Capcom seemed to like that July release date for like the experimental games.
It doesn't seem like they have one this year.
Hold on, what is this? Tears of Metal. Might look that up again.
Never.
Yeah,
Shout out to the studio for the artistic vision.
Yeah, I think you all are like 2 or 3 seconds ahead of me because you said never and it wasn't even on the screen for me yet.
Instead,
I'm predicting the future. I want this game. I need to go back and check this game out. I think
this came out, yeah.
What was this?
Wander Stop.
Wander Stop. Okay.
Oh, this is a boy and his something.
Deer and Boy.
Yeah,
Literally
Deer and Boy. That's
Deer
what
and
it is.
Boy.
Deer and Boy, yeah.
I hope they stop those. Man, this game. I wanted it to be good. Alas.
Honestly, I wanted it to as well, but when I started seeing gameplay of it, I was like, nah, this ain't gonna be it. Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's just like that Mind Eye game, where that Mind Eye game, they're only showing little bits and pieces of it. And it's like you all aren't showing enough of the gameplay for this to be legit. Yeah. And of course, I mean, this game was huge metaphor. So
I still gotta play this, man. Oh my god, it's so many games.
Like a game of the year.
It was
not going anywhere. We'll be here a long time.
Skate.
I just saw him in a recent movie. He's really funny.
Y'all think it's gonna be good?
What, Skate 4?
Yeah.
It's got the potential. People really love that game.
I hope for their sake it is. I mean, there's been so many jokes about like when Skate coming back and everything, so it better be
the Prison
good.
Break game.
Yeah,
the question is like how
they talked about this? Is this?
I don't think so.
I don't
you
think
know,
so.
The new Tony Hawk, I want to really believe in it, but I think so many people don't like the fact that Tony Hawk 4 doesn't have the mode, the career mode or whatever, the one player mode, like open world mode that it had in the original.
Really?
They changed it.
Yeah, because they're like compilation games now. They have their own kind of ecosystem. Like with 1 and 2, they combined the levels of 1 and 2 together, and it added a new like customization system. It was very different.
Man, this game
fell off hard.
Flash in the pan.
I can't even call it like people were delusional about what the original game was, and then thought this would be different. And it was not. It was just like the original games.
Exactly. And that's why I had no. I'm like, bro, this is the same game. It's literally the same game 15.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. When they go on sale at some point, I'm gonna pick it up because I do miss that game.
I mean, yeah, like I knew what Budokai Tenkaichi was, and I wanted it for that. The idea of you trying to turn it into some competitive fighter, no, motherfucker, that's not what it's for.
That's not what it's for.
I guess people just didn't like when you got online that certain characters would just wreck you and there was no point in playing certain people, which, I mean, that's the way the originals were, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Honkai Star Rail. How is Honkai Star Rail doing now?
It's
making money, but it's cannibalizing part of Genshin Impact sales, so.
Yeah.
I know they originally announced a 2.0 for Zenless Zone Zero.
Okay.
Yep, I saw that trailer the other day.
When I played Zenless Zone Zero, I did feel like this is cool and as a foundation, but it needs more. That's what I felt when I played it. Okay.
That was the Among Us TV show, right?
Yep. So yeah, y'all see what last year had, and it was kind of low key. You know, like it had a few games that everybody wanted, but a lot of them it's just like, hey man, you know, like the streamer games still there in full force, like Cuff Bust and stuff like that.
Yeah,
a lot of
streamer game.
Yeah, a lot of games from other countries. We're starting to see that pop up more and more. I hope we continue to see more of that. Especially if they're going to be of the level of Black Myth. I mean, like, it wasn't Game of the Year quality, but it was a good game. And so, like, we're going to get more 8 out of 10s, 8.5 out of 10s out of other studios from other countries. I'm all for that, actually. So, but yeah. So let's start running down some predictions. Let me ask y'all something, because we're going to do it the same way we did it. Sony. I'm just going to ask y'all some games. Do you think they're going to be there or not? BioShock. There's some rumors that that there is some kind of BioShock thing that's going to be present there. I don't know if it's a remake of an older game. I think they've already done a collection, right?
Yeah, they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the BioShock collection.
Mm-hmm.
So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that it might be time for a new BioShock?
Absolutely. And I mean, for one thing, they've had rumors of them going into making the new BioShock. Of course, the original creator, he has his own kind of thing going on with.
Yeah.
What was the game they were working on?
Judas. I was just gonna say. Go ahead, Sage.
Yeah. Do y'all think Judas is gonna show up?
Yeah.
I feel like one or the other, but not both.
I think that if both of them were to show up, you'd have an interesting case of, once again, the creator of the original IP moving on to their own project and the original IP coming back in some way. Now it's a matter of which one is actually going to be good is the real question.
Yeah. Why does it happen so often? Like,
I
it's
think
like
both show up, yeah.
They'd be like right behind each other too. Like
the
new
be
one
just
come
like,
out.
Callisto Protocol and Dead Space. And unfortunately, the new one didn't do well.
Yeah.
Dead Space reviewed well, but didn't sell well, right?
Huh?
Yeah. Dead Space, he reviewed very well, but didn't sell well, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Because I heard they were like, "Oh, this sucks. We're probably not gonna make another one."
I mean, they're making they weren't gonna make another one for a while anyway, even if it had been a success, because they're making Iron Man.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's what they're working on now.
I'm honestly like BioShock. I'd be interested depending on what direction they go in. If it's like a remake of one, I mean, that'd be exciting, but still not like really what I would want. I want something new.
Kind of want a sequel.
So what Judas is, pretty much Judas is the new BioShock. So I'm really more interested in Judas. But if they come out with a completely new BioShock, I'm not against it. But I do think that Judas will be at Summer Game Fest, though.
Well, to be fair, I mean, like, even the last BioShock Infinite was a completely different experience from the original.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that it's BioShock in name and, like, some connections.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, there are different, that's a totally different, like, story and everything, mechanics. Characters and everything, yeah. BioShock 1 and 2 are connected, but, yeah, Infinite's its own separate thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's some multiverse nonsense going on with BioShock Infinite, so there's that. Judas, I feel like, has to, like, this game, we've seen it for like 3 years now. It has to be close to being ready, right? Like that has to be a 2026 game, right?
I would hope so, unless they have ran some developmental issues. Honestly, we'll probably see Judas before we see the new BioShock.
Yeah,
most likely.
The new BioShock is I don't. As far as a new BioShock, I know that's in development. It's from Cloud Chamber Games. They've openly said that they're working on a new BioShock. I don't know if
that I know.
The BioShock rumors that are right now, I don't know if that's going to be them or if it's going to be like a separate project, like a collection. Remastered or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
Remasters are all the rage right now, so I get it.
So what about this? Project Ethos.
Man, I forgot about that game that looked like Fortnite.
The Fortnite.
Yes.
Oh man, that's not out yet.
No.
Yeah, that's how it's called, Fortnite.
Who's this? Who's this made by?
New studio.
Now look, now look.
31st.
I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those guys who say everything look like Fortnite. I'm not. This game actually looks like Fortnite.
Yes, sir.
There's no way around it, bro.
I'll put it this way:
this game could be cold.
they have to stand out in some way. They have to have some kind of gameplay mechanic. The characters, something has to make it stand out. Otherwise, it's gonna be one of those games where it comes out, maybe it's hot for like a month or two, and then that's it.
Well, I know the gimmick was like they have hero powers, right?
Oh, people want that. But yeah, I think that you're right. But I don't know if people want that though.
Also, man, like this is another one of those games where like, man, these people like average Joes, like Fortnite skins look incredible.
Yeah, that
They
as they
really
were
pop.
just going through the character selection there, I'm like, none of these characters really stand out like that. They're kind of bland. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, they have people of color and black characters there, but they just
I'm gonna be
like
honest with
regular
you.
dudes, regular people.
I'm gonna be honest
Excuse me.
with you. This is gonna be a tangent, but I gotta get it off my chest.
Go for it.
Go ahead, bro.
I hate the anti-woke people. I hate them so badly because I'm so tired of not being able to look at games like this and be like, wait, why are these games mid? Like, why? Like, there are talented creators that are people of color. There are talented queer creators. There are talented, like, all the marginalized groups, you name, women, all of it. And yet we keep getting mediocre shit. I don't get it. Like, why are y'all not funding the people with the talent? Y'all keep funding just whoever, and then we get this slop. And then we all just got to be like, I don't know, man. It's got, you know, people of color in it. Like, yeah,
It
that's
ain't good
great.
enough for me no more.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Like, it sucks that we can't have that conversation. Instead, we got to have the stupid ass conversation of, well, they put black people in it, so of course it's gonna be bad. It's like, no, bitch, that's not how that works.
It's funny
But, like,
because oh, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, it's funny how you can have games where you have dozens of mediocre or bad games that don't have people of color and they get a pass, and you know those creators, they might even get another chance to do stuff. Whereas something like this comes out and is bad, and people like use it as an example of like why you shouldn't make games like this or put characters like this in a game, and it's just such stupid logic.
Yep. So let's move on from this. I've heard that there are 2 games that are confirmed for Summer Game Fest. One of them is Wolchang. So,
Shadow Wolchang.
is there a release date for this?
July 11th, 25th, something like
Oh
that.
yeah. Well, it definitely needs to show up then. Yeah.
So this is one of those where it's like not really new information. It's just, hey man, here's Wolchang.
This is basically like the release trailer at that point. Yeah.
They put out like a whole like 10 to 15 minute gameplay preview, and it looks promising, but I don't know if it's gonna be like as engaged, because I mean we have so many Souls like now that there has to be something that separates them from each other, and I know this game, from what I saw, is more about the weapons. Like, you have a huge variety of weapons, but I don't know if even that is going to be enough to keep people engaged. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like most Souls games define themselves by having a lot of different weapon types.
Weapons and magic and stuff like that. I will say this, like, the combat does look very fluid. It looks a little bit better than y'all remember that Souls like that came out that had like the it was like in France, and it was like everybody was a machine. Steel something. I forgot what it was called.
Steel Rebellion or something like that?
Yeah, because it was like everybody was a machine and marionette. And that game just kind of came and went because it kind of followed exactly what Terrence said. It still was it was just Souls-like, and the gimmick was they were robots, and that wasn't enough.
Wait, when did this
I'm
come
not
out?
gonna lie, the way you described it,
Like
sounds
2
like
years
Lies
ago.
of P.
That's what I was gonna say, because I'm like,
No, it's not Lies of P. It's,
well, I know it's not Lies
Steel,
of P, but just the way he's described it just sounded like
Steel Rising is what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Still
because
right,
it was like
okay.
during what, French Revolution or something like that, like reference.
Some shit like that, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Wild
the main
if they just
character.
decided to-
The main character was like a female robot with like fans, and she had these different types of weapons she would switch between, and it would look cool. But I almost feel like Wolchang might fall into that one because, like, I mean, the combat looks good. I will say that the combat looks good, and there's an audience for that. But there are a lot of Souls likes now. You got to stand out.
Another game that we've seen a lot of, and I think it's confirmed for the show, Chrono Odyssey.
Now that
they just showed a new
Chrono
trailer for that, I
Odyssey.
think, recently.
they just had the new trailer and showed off game. This is the first gameplay out now, right? Like the first deep dive trailer into the gameplay.
I'm gonna have to be reminded what this is.
It's an MMO.
I'm not gonna play this whole thing, but I do want
I
to
got
like
you.
a look at it.
This was another one of them games. We was like, this real. This looking a little.
Yeah, they doing everything.
It's like,
is this
Look at Vitiligo.
who's making this?
Another one of those mysterious studios from another country where you're just like, huh.
Is it a Chinese
I've never heard of
developer?
you. Sounds like it, but let me, because I mean, like I have no idea who's making it. Cacao Games is the publisher. Are they the developer? Chrono Studio.
This is probably their first game because it takes forever to make an MMO.
Yeah.
The only reason I asked if they were Chinese is because we know those
Some
Chinese
good comment
games.
with Voto.
I feel like
Korean.
Korean, okay. Even no, it's more so a Chinese thing where it feels like Chinese games. They put out this game that looks like extremely technically impressive, but when you actually get it in your hands, it maybe doesn't look or run quite as good as what they made it seem. I mean, heck, even Black Myth had those problems.
Black Myth,
Yeah.
I mean, Black Myth was technically proficient. It was just a boss rush. People was just like,
Well, I mean, from like a
that
performance standpoint, where I mean, maybe they fixed it later on, but I know when it first came out, some people were having issues on like consoles and even
Getting
like
it to run?
PC. Yeah, like getting it to run
This
well.
This game combat looking insane for an MMO.
I just wish one time they would put the level of detail into like cities and characters that they put into MMOs into like single player games.
Yeah, when you go into City MMO, it's huge.
Right. They never do that for like single player games. They give you like a small city. Though to be fair, people likely to get lost. So I guess you gotta.
That's like one of the things I remember from Final Fantasy 12. Like the towns and cities were humongous.
Huge.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess that's why when 13 came out, they was like, hey man, doing this in HD is hard.
Yeah, it is. Dog, man, this combat look amazing.
We'll see. We'll see what this is like. I have to imagine if it's confirmed to show up that you get maybe a demo or like a beta or something like that. I don't know.
It'd have to be a beta. Maybe later this year they announce it.
Speaking of,
oh yeah, now this game, let's go.
Okay, they still saying late 2025.
Okay, maybe we get the
At
release
some
date.
point yeah, exactly, Keem.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's so much going on in this thing.
It is. To be fair, this is what I wanted from Pearl Abyss because I played Black Desert and I'm like, I like the combat, but the MMO elements of this are not engaging to me at all. This is more of exactly what I thought they should do. But good lord, they're using a lot of spark effects.
Apparently, you can turn that off, which I'm like, yeah, I probably will.
Sure, you probably need to get it to run well.
Yeah.
It's probably right because it's too much going on.
It's gonna make your computer make those sparks for real.
I will tell some of these Asian developers eventually they're going to learn, hey man, optimization matters to gamers, and they ain't gonna go with that for too long.
It's starting to feel like a lot of these games look like you have to have a PS5 Pro to really get the best out of them. Like what you're seeing is PS5 Pro footage in a sense, whereas like if you get out like your base PS5, it's like,
was that another character or was I crazy?
It's another character.
Oh, okay.
It does seem like
now we just playing layer.
It does seem like you can control multiple characters because I mean, like the main character is like part of like a party or whatever, like a party of
okay.
It's not adventurers. What's the word I'm looking for? Mercenaries. So I don't know. They kind of kept the story shadowed, like it kind of like we're not talking about the story.
Which I mean, I guess they should, to a degree.
Yeah. So I feel like it's time like they've gotten the frame rate to a little bit better compared to like the earliest trailers where it was
much
like,
better.
What is this? But yeah, if this can do everything, like the fighting, the combat, like I saw like a trailer not too long ago from like one of those companies, one of those sites that has game in front of it, and they just did like a deep dive into the combat. And they were like, this kind of plays like a fighting game. You can do all types of different combos and different special moves and like link moves together and stuff like that. It might have been GameSpot.
I saw it
because that's what you put in the Discord at one point, right?
Yeah,
I think that was GameSpot. I think.
Okay. Yeah, it was. I knew it was one of them with game in front of it, and yeah, they was going off like the combos looked amazing, and so I'm like, okay, well, if everything else holds together, you might have a great game here. So we'll see. Did somebody draft this game?
No, because I guess we don't know if it's coming out or not.
I don't think
that's why I didn't touch it. I was like, I don't believe in this game coming out this year until I see a release date. You gonna have to convince me. So,
and to be honest, you're the one who's talked the most. At least for me, you're the one who's talked the most about this game. So I feel like if anybody was going to draft it, you'd be the one. So
I am the most hyped for it, but I'm also like skeptical until I like get the game, until I see the game come out and see the reviews and whatnot. Let's run through a quick set of games that I'm not gonna look up because there's just nothing to look up. There was a rumor that Ghost Recon is gonna be there.
Man.
What do y'all think?
So I've been playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint like a few weeks ago with some friends, and I really like Wildlands. Like Wildlands, I think was a legitimately good game. They got a lot to make up for because the fall of Ghost Recon Breakpoint doing bad was really the first piece that kind of led to this downslide of Ubisoft. Absolutely. So like if they want to circle back, they gotta go back to the beginning and get that shit right because that's one of their biggest franchises.
Because Wildlands was a massive success.
Wildlands was huge, and it was a good game too. Like, and then I played Breakpoint, and Breakpoint has some good elements to it too. But they definitely, when it launched, especially at launch, it was not up to snuff. They did the Ubisoft thing. They did a whole bunch of updates. They added content.
Tried to turn it into an RPG, and I'm like, yeah, but you need to start as an RPG. You can't take a franchise that wasn't an RPG and then add all this RPG stuff into it and think people are going to be down with it, and people were not. So
yeah, especially for like, it worked better with Assassin's Creed when they kind of did that, but for Ghost Recon, it just isn't because it's like a stealth, like team focused. You gotta kill somebody in one shot. That's a part of the game. Like you gotta kill them. You know what I'm saying?
There's also like, for whatever it's worth, once guns show up, people not trying to hear about hit points.
Yeah.
Guns show up, they like, hey man, I shot him in the head, he should die. That's it.
Yeah. They'll let it go for like a looter shooter because that's a part of the gameplay. But like for a Ghost Recon game, that just didn't fit. And I kind of agree to that. And that's why they added like later you can have like a immersive mode, take all that out. Because people kind of like immerse themselves in Ghost Recon. Like you in this forest or you in this mountainous area. It has a great map layout for like how the world looks. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
So they have a lot to make up for. And I think with Assassin's Creed Shadows now being out, it would be a good time to announce Ghost Recon coming back. And then like, hey, we know we fucked up last time. These are the elements we fucked up at. These are the new elements we're focusing on to improve it, getting back to what the fans want, and also making a strong game and a more developed game with new ideas as well. And I think that would be a success.
I can agree with that. And I do 1000% agree that like when they screwed up Breakpoint, that was like the beginning of the end of like the positive Ubisoft era where they were like putting out quality games. Like, of course, you always had people that were going to insult them because it's like anything, the Ubisoft formula, like anytime you hear that, it's like, all right, well, these people are cutting their brains off because like some of that is just how you do open worlds, and like taking that stuff out, it's like you basically taking out a lot of the what's the word, quality of life features. So
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
But yeah, I mean, like that series from like 2016 with Watch Dogs 2 all the way up to Breakpoint, and like really a little past Breakpoint, you got Immortals Phoenix Rising, all the way up to that. That was like the golden age, so to speak, of Ubisoft. And then after that, it was just like mistake after mistake after mistake. And it would be good to fix one of the franchises they screwed up, because it's been a while since Wildlands or Breakpoint.
Yeah, that's been a while. It's definitely enough time.
Breakpoint was announced before we even moved to Nashville, and that was like over half a decade ago. So
yeah.
Tomb Raider. What do y'all think? It's been a while. Man. They've been working on that for some years. They basically dropped Avengers so that they could get to work on Tomb Raider. And they dropped Avengers like pretty early on, and were announced working on Tomb Raider in like 2020. Y'all think it's about time to see it?
Would this be a sequel to what was the last one? Was the last one not
Shadow?
Was it Rise? Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's what it was.
Shadow,
would it be a sequel to Shadow or something different?
The rumor is that they're trying to unite all of it into one cohesive narrative, and so you'd get like a merged Lara Croft, effectively.
A merged Lara Croft, like merge of what exactly?
Like the old school narrative meets the new school one.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not even going. So
reboot.
They wouldn't stick with. So okay, so it wouldn't be them sticking with the Lara Croft from the previous trilogy. It'd be like you said, a merging, but it would be a new one essentially.
Effectively, yeah.
Okay.
Because they didn't even make Shadows. That was a different department because they were doing Avengers, right?
That was Eidos Montreal.
That was Eidos Montreal, the guys who do Deus Ex. And that game was not received well.
No. Shadow was pretty poorly received. I think I still have it for free because I think Epic was giving away.
I have it as well. I never played it.
I think I got it as part of PS Plus, I think.
Yep. I played Rise and I played the OG when I never played Shadow. At one point, maybe, I'm not in a hurry to play it. So it's like.
Yeah. It's sad, too, because the OG one of that trilogy is one of my favorite games of all time. I've played that game like all the way through like 4 times.
Really?
Yes. I love
it's
that
a good game, but it's so fucking intense. Like, man, I was just.
It's
very good though.
It's so fucking intense, bro. I was in there, man. I'm with you, Laura. We gonna get through it, Laura. We get through it.
The first boss, like they lock you out of any like impressive weapons, so you just gotta fight it out with that fucking bear. And it's like, man, even now, it's like, holy shit, this is a lot. But I finished it.
Man, the way they go through the tombs and stuff, and Rise was pretty good too. I wasn't as into Rise as I was the first one, but Rise was good too. I just by the time I got Rise, I was playing so much other stuff. I was kind of like, all right, let me just get through this. And I think I didn't give it the fair treatment it deserved as far as like the totality of it. But Rise was good too. And it had that survival mode, which was actually pretty cool. I like the survival mode.
I liked Rise's snowy setting. I dug that a lot. And the climbing around and doing all the snow shit. I fucked with that. At one point, I would like to go back and replay Rise because I never finished it. I think I got like 75% of the way through, and I got distracted by other video games like Rakim. But I just didn't have the necessary time to just like force my way through that one. But yeah, I do think it would be cool to see Tomb Raider come through. It seems like it's about time. It's been about 4 or 5 years. I don't know if they're gonna work on the usual 7-year cycle. So if they're not going to do that, then it seems like it would be time to show it off maybe for release in 2026. So
especially with the animated series that came out on Netflix too, and then announced the second season, the tie-in just makes perfect sense.
It'd be perfect timing. Project 007.
Well, that was just talked about, right?
Direct show, right?
It was at the Direct. However, that might have been just like a little teaser and then like a full blowout at Summer Game Fest. What do y'all think?
Okay, I can see that. Them just getting you hyped with the logo. Oh, 007. Then they're like, all right, we're going to show you gameplay. I can see that.
I guess it depends on how long the development has been going on.
Yeah. Who's the developer again?
Hitman, folks. IO Interactive.
Okay. It is IO Interactive. I'm just making sure.
They're the perfect people. What's up, Devin?
Good. I just said, now that makes me think this might be a third-person game.
I hope so.
First person.
I hope so.
Yeah, I can see that being a third-person game. I don't have a problem with that.
I'm not a big James Bond guy, but I mean, like the whole spy thing, I could do that. Especially if you give a lot of gadgets and shit. I could get down with that.
Oh, absolutely. I guess where like Devin's coming from is like the classic 007 games were first person, and those games were like, especially GoldenEye, of course, is iconic. So people kind of have that mindset of it.
I'm in between because GoldenEye was on 64 and it was first person, so I'm thinking they might, and they re-release a GoldenEye on what was it?
Xbox.
Wii? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wii version. But I don't know. I want to be third person. One of my favorite 007 game was Everything or Nothing, and that was third person. That game was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how it is in comparison to Perfect Dark, which is pretty much doing the same thing if they go the third person route.
God. Dude, y'all remember that? I remember that Perfect Dark gameplay demonstration they had. That shit was incredible.
Yeah.
Your mic is nowhere near ready.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah. So I think Perfect Dark, is a 2026 or 2027 game.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see if there's an overlap and they both come out the same year.
Yeah, that could be it. I will say this though, Eidos Montreal, they don't take forever on their games. When they rebooted the Hitman trilogy 1, 2, and 3, that did not take a long time to put those out.
You said Eidos, you meant IO Interactive?
Oh, wait a minute, IO Interactive. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you're right though. They don't take a long time to put out their games, so it could be easily that you get a gameplay trailer here, and if not here, I do think now that they've brought it back up again that we see it by Game Awards. So, there was another. There's a reliable insider that brought up the idea that Resident Evil 9 stands a strong chance of being at some show in the next month. Y'all ready for it?
Like ready for Resident Evil 9?
Yeah, and then while we're at it, do y'all think which one takes the earlier slot? Onimusha or Resident Evil 9?
The earlier. Oh, you mean what comes out first?
Yeah.
I would assume Onimusha because they announced that first.
I don't know.
I would think.
I don't know.
But I mean, if Resident Evil gets announced here, would it come out next year?
Yes.
It's supposed to come out next year. It has a 2026.
Okay.
Oh, you said Resident Evil. I'm sorry. I was thinking Onimusha. You know, we were talking about the whole Capcom doing July games thing. Onimusha could be July. And Resident Evil's maybe early 2026,
April.
like that January, that first quarter of, or which is technically what the winter 2025 quarter for them, right? Or however they look at it. It's the end of their fiscal year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Onimusha's ready for July, either they are like top of the year, like January or something.
I can see either of those because they like both. Like they like those dates. They don't have a lot of fall type games usually. They tend to like the first half of the year, maybe like July at the latest. They're like, okay, well, here's our July game. But other than that, they kind of steer clear of the fall. And I don't blame them because you do get a lot of attention in the early parts of the year. People are looking for something to play.
Bro.
It's like, hey, here it is.
The first 4 games was all in the first 3 months of the year. 2 of them, Dawn of Dream, January. The first game, January. The second game, I think February, and the third one, like March. So
maybe so.
It'd be insane if Onimusha was January and Resident Evil was like April or something.
Yeah.
It's possible because I think Resident Evil 8 came out in May, the year it came out, I think. Or I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Capcom mess around like we got Onimusha, we got Resident Evil. You know what?
Later in the year, May the 7th.
Okay.
Capcom versus SK3, baby.
Hey man. What was that game? The game that keeps getting delayed. People keep bringing up from Capcom.
Pragmata.
Yeah,
Pragmata.
Bro.
Any shot? Y'all think?
I don't even know.
I really don't know. I mean,
I don't know what's going on Pragmata.
I would like to think that if it still exists, it kind of has to be talked about soon.
Bro, that was 2023 when that last trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You change the title to Procrastination.
I know Max, he doesn't even like when people bring this game up anymore because he's like, we've never seen any gameplay of it. There's a little bit of gameplay at the end of this trailer, but like for the most part, we have nothing and we don't know what this game is, and people keep bringing it up like it matters, and it's like, like it's a new IP that you don't want to show to us. So
that's true.
I mean,
you know,
I feel like they did too much to just let it die like that. I don't know. Like the fact that nothing has been said about it, I feel like it has to be undergoing like some kind of rebrand or something. I don't know.
You know, they have the Capcom has the label. They have the Phantom game from last gen, and that's why this is gonna chase them until they bring it out. Because remember, they had Deep Down at the start of the PS4 generation.
Yes. I'll never forget that game. Because I was looking at that game, every trailer, every shred of information. I wanted to play that game so bad.
And it's just nothing happened. I do think it's time to see this again because this is the last trailer we got. And so, like, okay, if this is the last trailer, that was 2 years ago. It's time.
And Capcom doesn't have anything else planned for this year, do they?
For this year?
Yeah, like there's no other games I think from them are coming out this year, right? That we know of right now.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, so I mean, this could be like the game they like. I feel like now would be the time if you're going to release it. Because I mean, next year if Resident Evil and Onimusha come out, it's like those are going to be the big games. And then 2027, 2028, we're looking at Okami and other stuff. So, you know.
Yep. And then I would assume at some point, since Street Fighter 6 is going well, that they do another fighter.
Yeah, another fighting game has to like Marvel vs. Capcom 4 or whatever they were planning to call it.
Oh my God! He said it's either going to be Marvel Capcom 4 or CVS 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be one or the other. It'll be one or the other.
Yeah, they need to be Darkstalkers, but I mean, you know.
Yeah,
I would love Darkstalkers.
That ain't happening.
Apparently not.
Which is so sad because I mean, it feels like it should just happen. Even if they have to make a smaller project.
If this was the PS2, PS3 era, probably. Heck, they tried to do it in the PS3 era and it died then.
This could be. We could see something from this. They've been showing off they've been doing like these weird little snippets of different Digimon and like tiny bits of information here and there like every other week.
So the thing to remember here is this game is supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't think of a better time. Like, there'll be a lot of different showcases. And, I mean, like, not just Summer Game Fest. This could be an Xbox's show. This could be if there's a State of Play, it could be there. In fact, I think the first time it was a State of Play, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
If that's the case, then it'll be at a State of Play or at Summer Game Fest. But, I mean, like, they put 2025 at the end of this. So, it has to be somewhere. Because, I mean, like, it's about time to start marketing that thing. So
yeah, and it's been a while since Cyber Sleuth. That's the last game in this specific series.
Yeah, right? Ages ago. So
of course they had spin-offs, but those are different studios who did those.
What about the Prince of Persia remake?
Is there more? Oh, you talking about the remake?
The one that they announced like years ago, and then they they didn't can it, but because of those backlash to it, they like delayed it indefinitely.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's supposed to come out next year.
We don't see that this year. I would not be surprised if it gets canceled because they get canceled a whole bunch of stuff at Ubisoft.
Ubisoft doesn't really cancel things that get announced. You know? I mean, outside of Division Resurgence, or not Resurgence, Heartlands. They canceled Division Heartlands. That was crazy. Other than that, they kept Skull and Bones going when everybody thought they were going to get rid of that.
That's insane, actually.
They haven't done anything with Beyond Good and Evil 2. Nope. So, like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's supposed to be, and this remake is how old?
It's in 2022, I think.
Man, this does not look good.
Yeah.
No, it didn't look good. It did not look good at all when they revealed it. And it's like, yo, this was like one of those games back on the PS2. Why are you all doing this game so dirty?
I think you took 4 years and the game's not coming out until next year. I think it's going to look significantly better.
I hope so.
I mean, I appreciate them for actually doing something with the IP. Now they got 3 different Prince of Persia games they're working on. I appreciate that, but yeah, they got to do a little bit. I got to see what this looks like in the remake.
I agree. Let's lightning round. We're going to try to wrap this up in the next 8 minutes. So,
okay.
Splinter Cell, what do you think?
I don't want to get my hopes up. I've been calling it for like 4 years straight on this podcast. Well, we ain't been on podcast that long. 3 years straight on this podcast, bro. I swear I called it out every year.
January 2021. Damn.
Holy crap.
Yeah, if this game doesn't look great, I think Ubisoft is just cooked all the way around because it's been 4 years, and by the time it comes out, it'll been 5-6 years almost.
Holy shit, man!
So yeah, that is ridiculous.
This needs to look good the next time we see it. Period. So yeah, Splinter Cell. I think it's been long enough. Like there were rumors about Splinter Cell before, like in 2019, 2018. So it's time.
Yeah. I want to see Splinter Cell. I mean, Arc Raiders. They got gameplay now. We know that's real. So I can see it.
Yeah.
Release date is what I'm
release
thinking.
date. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be coming soon. It's got to. I mean, the game look like it's in a pretty good spot, so I think it could get a release date.
It looks farther along the marathon, to be honest.
Oh, this is the Mass Effect devs.
Most things look farther along the marathon.
Oh, that was on my list. I wrote down. I'm pretty sure we'll see something from Exodus here.
I think Exodus might have been confirmed, soft confirmed for 2026. And it is like it was shown off at Jeff's at the Game Awards a couple of years ago. So I do think Jeff is what's up.
Even the music they played at the beginning sounded like Mass Effect music. That was crazy.
I want to see more of this game. I hope it's as good as it's trying to be. There's a lot going on in it. I guess it's just going to be a matter of can they figure out the combat.
Yeah.
So you're
Oh, also, speaking of this, I guess another game I would want to bring up in case we, the Outer Worlds 2. It just had its IGN game of the month, and they showed up a lot of information. Did we get a release date on that one?
Yes, because at Xbox's thing, every year, you know, they do the thing where it's like we've got our Xbox showcase, and then after that, they do like a 30-minute deep dive into one of the biggest games they have coming out that year. The Outer Worlds is the deep dive this year. I suspect we'll get a lot there. I also have a theory that they're going to show off third-person gameplay there, because somebody asked them about third-person, mentioned what they did with Avowed, mentioned what Obsidian did with Avowed, making it dual, you know, first-person, third-person, and they were like, we understand what y'all want. We'll talk about that sometime later. And I think during the showcase, they'll be like, hey, here's your third person. Because one of the things that people complained about with Avowed was that not enough people knew that there was a third person mode.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this one out here.
I'm going to say Exodus is going to be there. I'm pretty comfortable. Yeah.
Same. Terrence brought this one up.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. That comes out, I think, June 11th.
Nothing. If they got the money for it, Jeff will certainly take it to promote this. So
right.
Maybe even before that. I almost want to say that comes out June 6th.
You're right. I think June 11th or June 10th.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. We'll know about it before then. I don't know.
I'm just getting new Saints Row vibes from this game.
People are saying this game would have slapped during the PS3 era. that's not a good sign.
It looked like an old game. Like, I don't know, man.
I mean, that's what they were going for. They wanted something with like trying to recapture that old school gaming magic from that era. You know?
Yeah, but they don't seem very confident because every time they show gameplay, it's just a teaser. You shouldn't be teasing your game when it's like less than a month out.
It's just it's a lot of running and just zoom in shooting going on. And when I see stuff in trailers like that, just walking forward, I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna work. But what if this game was good? And it's another one of those $40. You know, you get your 20 hours out of it or 15 hours out of it, and it's like, hey man, it's $40. Go check it out.
So
this game is good.
This is not a sandbox open world game.
No,
it's just like a more control. It's just got the same kind of bones, but made into more of a linear experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Times of Annihilation look good. I ain't gonna lie. That came out of nowhere and like we here.
It does look great. This game, I feel like we see some more from this game.
Oh, from the Witcher, the ex-Witcher devs, and other people. Yeah. I did not realize Bandai Namco was publishing this.
It kind of feels like they vibe now that they did Elden Ring and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. They made a lot of money off Elden Ring. So I know they look for any other RPG to get like that.
But yeah, I mean,
I do want to see what this looks like.
It seems like they want to get this out quicker than we thought. And so, like, I could see this being maybe a 2026 or 2027 game.
What's the gameplay look like for this?
We don't know yet, right?
Yeah,
well, it says gameplay teaser, so I better be teased.
Nah, this ain't gameplay.
They got a little bit at the end, man.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, as a day-night cycle.
Yeah, that was certainly a teaser. That was certainly a teaser.
Even the music sound like Witcher with vampires. Oh, there we go.
Confirmed. Okay.
So they're showing it off this summer. Okay, cool.
Yeah, which, I mean, this is the time, so it's probably going to be a Jeff show. I wonder
what? Oh, go ahead.
No,
go ahead first. I'm about to say, you know what? It is kind of cool to get more Witcher influenced role playing games. This really feels like Witcher because that really was a unique style of experience for Western style RPGs because they're so big into customization and like not, create your own story elements. And Witcher was like, no, we got a really strong narrative, one protagonist, a set world, and he got 4 types of magic and that's it.
That's it.
And they were like, God damn it, I'm in.
Yep. All right, I got 2 games left. One is this. This is a game from a new studio.
Okay.
I despise the name of this.
The Directorate?
Yeah. Novitiate. It's just such a nothing name.
What the?
This
All
looks
right. Like John Wick the game.
What was
But
it?
with a woman.
Stranglehold a little bit.
Oh
This
yeah,
was-
I can see that. Yeah, but I guess you're dealing with the paranormal.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the
Like
gimmick
Sobs.
to this game. Oh, this actually looks better than I thought it did. You play as Mercury, and you're like a magical assassin, and you work for the mafia.
Okay. Okay.
I think they need to do a little more work on it, but like, I think that could be fun. It is from a brand new developer, though.
A lot of dual wheel shooting. She learned from Laura.
Give me, Oni vibes, just a tad bit.
Devin played every obscure game.
I was gonna say Oni, boy.
You got
boy. Folks definitely ain't talking
deepest
about Oni
pulls.
anymore.
There's a Rockstar
My brother.
property.
My brother, you got the deepest pulls
Nah,
ever, bro.
Let me tell you something, Devin. When people talk about Rockstar, the only games they think about is GTA, Bully, maybe Manhunt, and Red Dead. That's it.
Hey man.
Don't nobody talk about
Hey
it.
man, State of Emergency, all them games, they paid the
I
way.
did like State of Emergency. I did like State of Emergency.
Hey, Midnight Game, you can't get Midnight Club.
This is the last game. This got delayed to next year.
It did.
Do y'all think we get a gameplay, finally a look at gameplay this year to hype us up for the game coming out?
Just because it got delayed doesn't mean you shouldn't still promote it. So I think you should
I
still
think
have a
so.
trailer here.
I think you can see it.
Yeah, because we need to see what this is going to be.
I put it
Because
this way.
the concept, yeah,
If we don't see it here, it's got to be at the TGAs.
yeah.
Absolutely. Also, low key, it does look great.
It's like,
Yeah, I wonder if,
what's the gameplay? Like, what's the, you know?
Well, it almost looked like the way they were setting up some of the fights. It looked like a fighting game, but I know it's not
right?
that. So
That Injustice.
I'm assuming this is like an Uncharted-esque vibe, maybe a tad
from
bit.
the creator of Uncharted. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
That's far enough. Stay out of my way. Stand aside. I do not take orders from anyone. I don't have time for this. Neither do I.
And I do look sort of
Civil
Injustice
War.
match.
Dude. I ain't gonna lie, man. If Injustice 3 look like this, I'm throwing a wallet.
Maybe out of hot water, I think. I also think there's a good chance we see a lot of games from some studios. There's this list that goes around that is like of developers that have been working on video games. I think there's a good chance, like new developers that are like basically veteran devs moving to make their own studios. I think there's a good chance we get several games from them. I don't know what, but I think there's a good chance we'll see some brand new IPs. I hope. And then, you know, I say all of this, and then we talk about all these hype ass games, and then fuck around, and we get more cuff bust by the time the end of Summer Game Fest is over with, which would be a bummer. But I mean, I guess we'll see. It's only 2 weeks remaining. Well, actually, by the time this episode goes up, it'll just be 1 week remaining. So, you know, we'll see. But that's going to wrap this week up. Y'all tell us what you think should be at Summer Game Fest 2025 in the comments below. If you're new to us and like this episode, I need you to hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and do us a personal favor. Have an excellent week. Peace.